On the same day, the Kilauea erupted anew in Hawaii. Indonesia's Rayong volcano also erupted for its first time since 2022. Yet, this video is not about either of those two volcanoes, as instead it relates to another volcano news story that occurred on the very same day, but got largely buried due to the part of the world it occurred in, Africa. As in Ethiopia, for the second time in 4 months, a very strong earthquake storm began, striking the area surrounding the viscous Fentale Volcano. In my opinion, this strong earthquake storm, which has generated multiple high-end magnitude 4 and low-end magnitude 5 earthquakes, likely signals that a new batch of magma is currently intruding underground at the present. One of these earthquakes, rated as a magnitude 4.9, caused a series of landslides to occur on the southern slopes of the Fentale Volcano, which has not erupted for 200 years. However, while social media footage did show a suspicious rising steam plume from one of these 4 landslides which I have geolocated, I can comfortably say that no volcanic eruption occurred in this instance. I suggest that one of 2 possibilities occurred. Some of the more than 10,000 tons of rock involved in this earthquake-triggered cluster of landslides may have caused sufficient friction that abundant groundwater either partially flashed to steam, or it may have partially removed a layer capping a previously buried geothermal feature with hot water, which is now exposed once again. In other words, while yes, that landslide could have been dangerous, the apparent temporary steam plume observed is not concerning. However, I need to stress that this prior statement, along with what I am about to say, is almost pure speculation, as there are very few sensors remotely close to the volcano in question, so I am performing a lot of guesswork. To understand how little I am working with, I have no GPS sensors, no tilt meters, no gas emission measurements, and no geothermal temperature monitors. All I have to work with to base my assertions on are a single seismometer located in Addis Ababa 120 kilometers west of the volcano, social media footage posted by the 20% of the country that has internet access, along with historical reports and literature that describe similar events occurring during the last century. Because of this data limitation, the unrest might as well be occurring at a volcano in the absolute middle of nowhere in Antarctica because the same level of guesswork would be involved. With that in mind, here is my attempted analysis of the ongoing situation. Ethiopia's Fentale Volcano is one of 40 active or potentially active volcanoes which exist in Ethiopia's portion of the East African Rift Zone, where 2 tectonic plates are spreading apart, creating zones of weakness in the crust that show up as rift valleys and their associated faults. Due to how thin the crust is in these weak spots, sometimes hot material in the mantle can intrude into these paths of least resistance, creating magmatic intrusions in the crust which sometimes eventually result in volcanic eruptions. Since 1978, a total of 25 magmatic dike intrusions have been observed in this portion of the East African Rift Zone, each of which produced similar earthquake storms to what is currently ongoing. As you can see, the vast majority failed to reach the surface and produce an eruption, although 20% of intrusions in recent times have succeeded. While not completely confirmed in each instance, the Fentale Volcano has been the site of 4 prior magmatic intrusions in 1981, 1989, 2015, and late September to mid-October of 2024. None of these intrusions produced an eruption, although the prior 2024 magma dike intrusion was the strongest of the group, creating new temporary hot springs, geysers, and many large cracks in the ground, indicating its unusually shallow depth. The current intrusion is thus the 5th to occur at this volcano, but due to a lack of surface features, in my opinion, the magma is still likely quite deep, perhaps still at 9 kilometers depth at its shallowest point. While it is difficult to confirm when this intrusion started, its movement started to generate volcanic earthquakes late during the night of December 22nd. The rate of earthquakes since then has remained fairly constant, possibly decreasing slightly, suggesting the continuing slow upward progression of this magma dike. While we do not yet know where this dike is centered, I will preliminarily suggest around the same location as the prior 2024 dike, that being 10 kilometers northeast of Fentale's summit. So, while volcanic unrest is clearly ongoing here, the odds of an eruption for now are low, but hazards related to potential landslide generation from larger magnitude volcanic earthquakes that generate MMI4 or stronger shaking do exist. I will continue to watch the ongoing situation and see if any cracks or geothermal changes occur. As a final note, I would like to thank my new patron David McGahee for supporting this channel.